What game are we watching first? I think we're watching game 3 there. Crimson Knights. No, we're not. Game 4.
Then we're watching the
Jack
Martins
Martins.
jacked.
Jack Martins and Corrupted Crusaders.
Yeah, I haven't really heard a lot about either team, but I'm really interested to see how they'll get on, you know. I think they're both two fresh teams out for the league, some new players, some old experienced players as well, so could be a really interesting matchup.
Yeah, so on that, we'll take a look at team number uno, Jack Martins. Is a good looking team. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm not surprised Jack
It's a
Martin plays
solid
for the Jack Martins.
Yeah, kind of taking name rights there. Solo lane. New face. I don't know if I've ever seen the Belair in a comp scene,
I
but
believe
he's
Bella
around.
is a new player to the competitive scene in the Oceanic region, so it'd be good to see how he goes. I'm not actually sure if he's a support by trade or if he's just learning a new role. That'll be good to see. And
I believe
he's
he's a bit of everywhere.
a bit of everywhere. Yeah, he's got a lot of experience on his team. He's got the man
Yeah.
called Furin in ADC. He's a Xanxus legend. We've got Nan in the mid lane, a Xanxus legend. We've got Cloud T in the jungle, just a known
The
OC
man,
menace.
the myth. Now there's kind of looking like a team like has similarities from 7:18 p.m. Had some people from there. Had some people from ZHZ from last season. So a bit of split ups, but I'm liking the team. I reckon they'd be strong.
And who are they up against tonight, young legs?
Corrupted Crusaders, which is also a fresh team. Some
Whoa.
fresh faces in here
That,
too.
did you see that support? Oh
That's
my.
the leader and runner of the OCL.
My God. Dice Heart leading the Corrupted Crusaders this season. See if they can go on a charge to make it into the league. With him, he's got Bartman in the duo lane. That's a tried and tested ADC right there.
100.
Kylie GG in the mid lane. That's an up and coming gamer. You know, he did have a few team issues, I believe, coming into rallies, but I think he's finally found his home. Hopefully he'll
Nonetheless,
be
yeah,
able to
is
progress.
very up and coming. He has shown a lot of promise and has lifted since his earlier comp days.
Yeah, we got Deleting in the jungle, who I don't know if we've seen before in the league. I'm not too sure.
No, I do believe we haven't seen him.
So,
He wasn't on the Valor team, I don't think.
alright, well it'd be good to see how he gets on tonight. And then we've got Davo's Drinks Water in the solo lane. I believe he's
Who,
also an up and coming player, right?
yeah, was a standout in the lower bracket, I believe he was in last season. Think, or was he? I think so. I believe he was in the lower bracket last season,
Anyway, I'll
and
take your word for it.
was a standout on that side. Also, side note, May had the coolest logo out of the teams. That is
I
a very
do
sick logo.
believe their logo doesn't look as threatening as one I've seen.
Very true.
Fair
But
enough,
on
alright.
that, we have had some issues with the recording of this game, I believe. So picks and bans won't go as smooth as we have it, but we do have a cutout of the teams of what the picks and bans. So we've got that. Yeah. Corrupted Crusaders on the left and the Jack Martins on the right.
Honestly, the first thing I see here is if Cloud T's using the skin that I think he's going to use, he wins.
Oh, there could be some VTubing
I think
coming
there's
out,
going to be a VTuber differential in this game.
which could produce a world record stream viewer count. You know,
Yeah,
they bring it in. They bring in the viewers.
I do think Cloud would just be too distracting for everyone else in the lobby, so he'll just be able to do whatever he wants.
First pick Yemo. I like it. One thing I'm a bit surprised by is that the first pick Yemo I feels fine, but then top 2 pick goes Hachiman Nem. Hachiman fresh buff. People still trying to find out if he's one of the top hunters still, I'd say. And then they get Yeah, I think he's definitely higher than he was. He was pretty lackluster before, but may have some rough competing against some of the top ones, like who they got third pick, which I think is crazy. That Martacoris got left to get third picked.
That is a surprising. Manticore doesn't get first picked or top two by the response. Maybe neither team that comfortable on him? Maybe
Yeah, I
neither
feel like
team knows where his best role is right now, whether he's a mid laner or an ADC.
that must be the issue because a lot of times you don't really see that god even getting played.
Yeah, good to see him let through though, because quite a lot of teams that I know just auto ban him and just leave him at that. So, be good to see his first appearance in the OCL, I believe.
Yes. Is Ichel? I'm not certain on
Think
its position on being picked or not yet.
I believe the eggshell will be allowed for when the league starts, but not for rallies.
Right. But uh what do we got then? Jungle, Mercury
Merc,
into
just standard counter pick into Nem, right?
yeah, it kind of just wins that 1v1.
Although I don't really think Merc's that jungler he used to be. I think he's definitely fell down the pecking order now with some current
Yeah.
build paths.
I would say has an alright time on the Hachiman as well, but Baba Yaga could be quite rough for him.
Yeah, and Aphrodite still being
Which we
priored
you,
by some people.
you would assume would be support. Has had a couple nerfs since its like glory days about 2 weeks ago. Has had some hits. I think has fallen down the priority. Probably why we're seeing it picked there, but still has its very good like strength to it, I'd
Yeah,
say.
I'm sure the Belay will bring out the real powers of the Afro support in this game. Maybe keep Clout alive, dive with him, stuff like that. We got
Fresh pick Osai. I
Osai
be-
Serta lane. Wow.
I believe the Osai has been uh talked about being good now with the what's that new item called? Or it's same item has
Phalanx.
changed passive Phalanx.
I feel like it might be Faye. I don't fully trust it
I
yet.
I feel like it's a good item, but it's situational because like it'd be a good Osiris item, but you have to be facing something that will obviously proc the failings on you.
I mean, I suppose if you're versing someone who's going to get Vital Amplifier, then you'll actually get
Yeah.
Phalanx bonus procs, right? So
Serta's probably a pretty
maybe.
good one because the Serta will be doing autos, especially using one of his abilities he has to. So Serta's probably a good god to have it on. Also very good at like fighting the Merc and the Marty maybe not so much, not throwing a lot of basics.
Yeah, and then mid laners. Wow. Baba Yaga vs Morgan Le Fay. It's kind of just your stock standard. I'm gonna pick my safe pick, sit back, and cast for free. I don't see either of these players dying much this game.
Yeah, both of them should really, especially like Morgan Le Fay has a nemesis. I mean, sorry, has a rough time being able to stick to a Morgan Le Fay. Like most things, Nem probably harder than most.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if Nem rushes that Magi's Revenge and then
Yeah,
just
you
hard run at the Morgan.
might be having to proc Magi's and beads to be able to really stick to that, and even then might still not be able to do it. So I feel like they will have to choose a different strategy or try and get a different strategy rather than hard diving onto these mid laners.
But yeah, no, those are the picks and bans done. I honestly, I think the Jacked Minds have come out of this slightly better than the Crusaders. Alright, what do you think, Legs?
What was that, sorry?
I think the Jacked Minds draft is quite a bit stronger than the Corrupted
I
Crusaders.
also do believe that. I feel Morgan Le Fay and Barber are kind of similar. I feel Barber just does it better with like the range and not being able to die. And I feel that will probably bring them over the line. I feel like it's kind of a weird draft from Corrupted Crusaders.
I'm not too sure about the Surta pick. I feel like I haven't seen him in a long time. There's a good reason for that.
Yeah. But yeah, I would also have to agree, I believe.
I think the only thing that this Crusaders draft kind of has going for them is the Manticore Yamoja. And I don't honestly know if they synergize that well together. Haven't honestly seen them pop off with each other. It's the first time for everything.
Yeah, I could see it doing well. Obviously, you get some big ults, might be able to just rip through a Marty ult.
Anyways, those are our teams. Are we ready to get into game?
It seems we are ready to throw it over to the
Alright.
casters, who for this game is going to be 3-time season MVP Chompy and Stoinis.
Oh, hello guys, hello. My name is Stoinis, or you can call me Lath. I am joined on the cast by the true MVP, the Chompster himself.
2-time. 2,
Two-time, baby.
not 3. 2.
Don't worry, I wouldn't expect Legs to know anything, Chompy.
Oh, I heard that bloke. Holy. Anyway, hello. How's it going?
Good. Welcome everyone to the OCL. We're back, baby. First game of Relegations, I believe. Team's looking interesting. Don't know about you, Chompy. I'm a bit curious about this Crusaders draft. I'm not a big fan of the tanks that they've decided to pick this game.
Yeah, look, I did come in a little late here, so I didn't see the actual draft order, but this Jack Martin's team seems like they got a lot of the big prio picks right now. So it would be interesting. Who was the Marticarus, I'm assuming, was probably picked pretty early, but you're probably looking at more comfort picks with Dyside on your Moja and things like that. And I think when it comes to best of one games, sometimes comfort's more important than meta.
Yeah, true. Yeah, that's a very good point, actually, Chompy. I don't think we got picks and bans at all, so we didn't see the order things are picked. I'm hearing a little bit about Hutchman maybe being first picked. So I know that he's been changed. You're an ADC player. I'm sure you know all about the changes to his one and his attack speed.
Yeah. I read it. Quickly. I think the banner is the big part. Like the extra damage is really good. Obviously attack speed's always important as well, which his passive gives attack speed as well now. But the banner actually just shreds now. It gives him a lot more lane presence and pressure. Oh, but Clout has ganked the solo lane early, and that's a nice, easy first play for the Jacked Martins.
Well, that's the first blood of the entire of season 4 of OCL, actually.
Look at that, go Clout.
Clout a bit of a solo lane ganker from what I'm hearing, so not too surprised to see that play come in, and a cheeky little first blood to him.
Yeah, I think kind of a strategy that's been developing in OC a little bit. I don't watch SPL, so I'm not there as well. But these junglers going to that solo lane early, just due to the slow mid camp timers. You know, they don't miss a lot. Oh, he's dead again.
Oh,
he's TP'd back in and died again. This is a rough start. This is not what you want to see.
That is absolutely tragic for the boy Davo. Yeah, there's nothing worse than dying, TPing back in, and just copping another L.
You know, you just gotta walk back, and you're so far behind, 11 rounds. You know, an Osiris Fed is not going to be a fun thing to deal with for Cardi and Bartman on these mid-team fights around Gold Fury. But oh yeah, this is like I was saying, this is just something that has been happening, at least from what I've seen in OCE, where these junglers are punishing that solo lane and getting that tank fed early, but still making it in time for those mid camps. I don't know. Now Cloud's just using this lead.
Cloud might get the leading here. He does.
This could be. Oh, good trade back from Cardi though, 1-for-1 there in the mid, and that was good shutdown gold. It's not going to be massive, but it's something to keep Cloud at bay.
Those recent changes to the shutdown gold, I don't know when they come in. I'm not sure if it needs to be the 3 kill streak for the shutdown, but either way, I know that people are getting a lot more gold for shutdowns now, so probably not the worst thing for the Crusaders that they've maybe taken a couple of losses, but have now taken Cloud off the board early.
Yeah, and Davo seems to be on level over there in solo, for now at least, so the early pressure hasn't come in too much. He does look like he's going to be getting his blue buff as well, so, you know, the early spills aren't good, but it seems they've mitigated it a little bit, to some extent.
Yeah, probably only a half level lead to him right now, but there is already a 1k gold lead 3 minutes in the game, and Clouty has come over to invade the purple buff.
Yeah, a lot of their own jungle's still up as well, and they've already got the 1k lead, so we'd probably see an even bigger swing coming here.
Oh, yeah, that's rough to see. There's already a comeback chest that's spawned.
Oh yeah, that's usually a big comeback gold. We love the comeback chest.
Oh, yeah. It's a pretty interesting change they have brought in to season 10. Were we in season 10 as much? Pretty interesting
I
change.
don't know how it works, to be honest, but I collect them as much as I can. That's all I know.
I think it might be for each 1k gold that you're behind, you get an extra chest that spawns there, and then the gold distributes to the entire team.
It's like the 2 lowest players get more or something, right?
It might be, yeah. I'm not too sure. I haven't quite looked into it.
Got some pressure here from Cloud. He's a level down, but he's getting some relic. Aegis out from Cardi early on, but these slows are going to be chunking it away. Morgan has great survivability on her own though. She can get these abilities back off, but Cloud is hunting with that speed buff. Oh, the cooldowns come out. The Baba Yaga gank comes through though. Nan is able to clean that one up. Good time wasting from Cloud.
Just like the shape that Nan threw out, that wasn't L fatality. As does get caught out of position, and the belly does fall in return. So pretty good map play here from the Crusaders, knowing that there's a lot of action going on in the right jungle. Let's take it to the left jungle and get to the lane. Belly takes a little bit of a spill.
Yeah, I think once Cardi's trapped in the jungle there, it's easy for deleting just to let him die and try and find some stuff else around the map. So it was good of him to gank Duo there, get some abilities. There was a good Yemoja ult there as well from Dice before the Phantom Shell's online. And look, I think maybe Duo lane's a way into this game. Like, Marticarus is still a very big carry and could be the way they win this game on the back of those shoulders there. So getting Bachiman ahead would always be a good thing.
Yeah, it is their star player too, the Butcherman himself on the Marticarus. So it's not a horrible idea. I don't hate the idea of maybe sending deleting over a couple times. Mercury, probably one of the better duo lane gankers. You're able to fly down the lane from behind towers. It's almost impossible to ward for him. So could be a way into this game. The lead,
Damn,
I wouldn't say spiraling yet. It's a bit of a 2k. The comeback chests are being taken away.
I think the most important thing here now is how these supports go getting these prophetic cloak stacks. I mean, yeah, they've both got it online relatively early, and Afro and Yemoja can both stack it pretty easily with those range basics. So we've got a big team fight here actually, where Cloud's getting trapped in the corner, but deleting can't out-trade those basics. Marticarus goes there, all fear and dashing in aggressively here. This is just a crazy 4v4 at the purple buff so early on.
Yeah, that was really just an Aphrodite diff there, I think. Like, Cloudy just had Afro stuck into that entire fight. Looked like he should have taken a spill. And Belly's just done a really good job of keeping his jungler alive.
Yeah, and they're now on early goals because they all got to live there. These Afro heals will keep them nice and healthy. The Hachiman banner will give them the attack speed. This is just using their lead pretty well, you know. They got that 2k, 3k lead and they're just trying to use it and abuse it. This left side of the map is the best place to do it as well because those early gold furies can fall. So yeah, it's not looking too good for an early start, let's be honest.
I think my favorite part so far is the Crusaders aren't giving up. You know, they're still showing up with things. You know, they come down to the green buff here. They're looking for ways back into this game. You know, deleting actually has a slight lead on Clouty right now. I'd say as Clout levels up to 8, it's probably only about a half level. No, I thought that's a River's Rebuke and good off deleting.
Perfect as well. I see the Barber ult. They're gonna get out of that. Did I see an Ankh pop? I did.
Yeah, that's an interesting choice from Dysart to start the Ankh. I'd love to get his thoughts on why he's decided to do that. Is Clout finds Butcherman in the duo lane.
We did miss that gank there, but assuming Cloud just tanked there. But we've got an Osiris showing face in mid as well. The Phalanx is online for both the solo laners, the newly buffed Phalanx that you'll probably be seeing around a lot in upcoming games, but trying to show some presence there to use that lead he got. He is now a level up. I'm not sure, probably half a level or something like that, but you know, trying to get that Osiris in as much as possible would be huge, especially already getting that first gold fury, not much to rotate for.
Yeah, I've been seeing a lot of this balance being built. It's like 30% attack speed, 81 physical prots and 21 magical prots after all the stacking has been completed, which all it takes is 3 auto attacks and we've got that fully stacked. So, cheeky little blue invade there. From,
He did use his ult for it, but I feel like this Osiris is not in any danger of a gank anytime soon. I don't think it's actually right for the Merc to gank an Osiris anyway. I think there's better spots on the map. Maybe punishing this Bubba. I know her ult's already back up, but maybe this Hachiman over in duo. But looking at the cloak stacks, I think I'm gonna have a big focus on cloak stacks for the next like 15 minutes. Yemoja, Dice Heart falling a little behind here. He's gonna have to get out there. Once this is online, this Afro probably becomes unkillable with this low nose as well.
I think slightly easier to stack for the Afro in regards to the fact that all you really need to do is just shoot that kiss out at an enemy. Now that the kiss actually deals damage, I think the stunners and goes super low, has to once again home sweet home just to survive.
Yeah, Cardi was on the tower line there, just putting out some massive damage. Did use his ult though to try and get it, but trading ults isn't too bad if Clouty doesn't just come in on the back.
Oh, a rough circle around deleting
yeah. The unpredictability of the... Oh, Deleting going for the ult from the low health in there, but he was ready for it. He's jumped back in though to Deleting. He's separated by the Emoja walls, but Clouty going to pick up the Emoja. Deleting getting that major look for the last kill, and Archieman actually rotating here. They could do some more damage here. Clouty falling low, but still trying to train that Elegant Blade, getting those basics off, but that Marticarous ult will clean him up. Once again.
I hate that ult, man. I can't stand that ult. It does so much damage for so long, and it's got insane range, and Marticarous being completely untargetable during that time, it's just free damage.
Yeah, it's similar to the Freya ult, how they've made it like you instantly get up in the air and you're untargetable. Very little counterplay to be done to that. Never take the buff into the range. I don't care how low you are. This is troll from Belair. But yeah,
Marticarous doesn't like experience, man.
It's the instant cast of it is what's crazy, and it's just like I think it's 1.5 seconds, maybe 2 seconds in the air. It's just it feels like forever. But yeah, Belair not a fan of experience.
It feels like forever on top of the fact that you're losing all of your health bar during that time and you're waiting.
The prod shred. It's just brutal.
Another goal through pull. It looks like the Crusaders are slightly around. Did you see Jack Martin coming in on the Osiris straight to the back line? This is the sickle, but Jack Martins do take the Oni Fury, and Jack Martin himself really just sending it here.
Yeah, using that lead now, just getting those ults, getting those relics. I feel like their positioning was a bit weird there. I feel like Furin was frontlining and not really hitting it, but I guess they do have the auto attack jungler to hit it. But we got a Cerner ult coming on back line. As well. This could be a great trap. Nan's up in the ult, but he's getting low. This ult won't do that much damage early on. The lead thing with a massive double pickup. Gonna get the third as well with this free Osiris pickup. Went maybe a little too deep off that Oni Fury, leaving Belair alone, who, to be honest, probably will live.
Oh, I do.
Losing a lot of health, actually.
Super low here. Furin does come in, trades out on Cardi.
I did say Furin coming in, but yeah, I couldn't word I was too invested. But Belair doing great to time waste there. Furin backing after the Oni Fury after being relatively weak frontlining, and coming in for the cleanup makes that a bit more worth for his team, because I mean, Oni Fury's good, but that trade wasn't amazing to get Corrupted Crusaders back in the game.
Yeah, I instantly ate my words there, saying that I think Belly is going to fall. Furin comes in and saves the day for his support, which you really do love to see one of the carry roles peeling out for the tank every now and then.
Yeah, now they just get to clean up Pyro as well. I feel like that fight was a little unnecessary, especially because Jack Martin went in after the objective had already fallen. But yeah, that late cleanup allows them to really keep that lead going, keep their tempo in their favor, because that could have been a big swing. Like, Deleting is 5-3 and Cloud's 6-3. Like, he's a level ahead too. Like, this jungle matchup is very close. If you can get this Merc late, with the Rage online as well, he got 3 free stacks just then. That was probably a bad fight to take for blue team, even though they are in the driver's seat. A bomb used on the roaming Harpy. Just wanted to...
That roaming Harpy, did not expect that. He really caught the hands there. So it goes to the air. Saber's just getting down. And,
yeah,
look, I think this jungle matchup is really interesting. Leading is actually doing really well on this Mercury and doing its best in the game. You see one probably time for David to lead, ult already used.
Yeah, no Soda up here is going to make him a bit of a sitting duck here, Soda. No real way out. Unless he has 3, but he's been living for a while. That shield of regrowth giving him some movement as well, and Dysart coming to peel him out. I feel like Clarté used a lot of his resources just getting onto that T1 tower. But man is going to bomb all of these guys in that little corridor. But deleting with a massive Merc ult through the backline. He's swinging these fights, and Serta lives. Crazy with that healing as well, with the shield of regrowth movement speed. He's able to get out of that little trap, and that Barbara ult will be hitting hard, but it's not quite yet. They get to just clean up there, and the whole time, Baichuman gets the split push in left lane while Furin came across to gang.
Yeah, it looks like Furin might get a kill for his time. Ultimate comes out. Does end up getting a kill before Nan can KS him. No.
Yeah, Furin and Nan on the same team. He's obviously taught him a bit about corner baiting, and he's ganked at the risk of his own tier 1 tower, but he does get to pick up a kill on Cardi there. Cardi relatively, I mean, behind in terms of KD, but on level, not anymore. 1 level down, not too bad for how much of this early game has been in the Jack Martin's favour.
Yeah, a big lead for the Jack Martins. Sort of starting to come out. 4.5k for both gold and experience. Probably not too bad considering they've got 2k about 6 minutes into the game as the oval just connects on the red buff.
Yeah, no, this lead is still big for Jack Martins, but yeah, like you were saying, I think for what the lead was and how early it was that, it's actually not too crazy. But, Clarté, late beats there, and getting should be okay if he gets to the middle, but they're in a bad spot here, especially with gold up. I think after Crusaders have a driver's seat here, they can even maybe pull this one with Serta coming in as well here on the side. This could be an interesting fight, a bit of an ambush with Osiris rotating.
Yeah, no ultimate abilities quite yet for the duo lane of the Jack Martin. They should be coming up very soon as Serta doing his best just to kind of stand in the way. Valkyrie has been dropped. Sonic Boom is charged. It's 2 people. Furin almost gets caught in by that Rivers Review because Nan has already wiped dice into the map. Baichuman dealing with damage. Back one being no hit. Ultimate comes out. Not enough to keep him alive. I think Clarté took someone out in the backline there as Nan.
Yeah, Clarté just got on the backline there. There was good ults. But man, look, I know it does good damage, but when you're using Marty ult aggression, you leave yourself quite prone to that late rotation. And look, Osiris and Clarté coming in late on that fight. It was a good fight to take, and they did do a lot of damage. Like that Merc ult is ripping through the backline, and that scratch that. We're still here. Jack Martins do get the Prime of Fury, but they're going to fall now. This Clarté attack damage with Osiris as well. These slows are just going to slowly whittle them down. Worth a shot to try and steal the gold Fury, but they're losing a lot now.
Deleting is really swinging on this Mercury now. He's doing some crazy good damage. Sitting up there, Clarté's still doing a little bit more on the Nemesis. So interesting game so far. It looks to be really getting driven by the jungles of both teams. I don't really think that solo, you know, that little couple of spills that Davo took early, don't think it really transgressed into anything poor for the Crusaders. I think deleting has helped just to get them back into this game.
Yeah, I mean, you can definitely see that going a lot worse than what it did. I feel like deleting, like you've said, has done a really good job keeping them in this. Those Merc ults were huge. Even that Yamodra ult as well trapped them in that Gold Fury pit a bit. That's why you could see the fight going so well at the start. But I didn't realize how much damage Cardi had been doing. He's kind of under the radar how much he's done. Yeah, this Green Buff's on a journey. Better than going into the tower.
That Green Buff decided it didn't want to walk anymore. It was too tired. Oh, the ult comes out of the leading. I think he got
steal that away, yeah.
He got it with the Sonic Boom.
If he can pick up this bomb, he's got Omi to get out as well. He's full on wards, just place one and... No? Okay, we're gonna let that bomb go away.
Yep, nope.
Honestly, it's not the worst though, as long as blue team, Jack Martins don't have the bomb. Like, it would be good if you could pick up the bomb. Like, you have 2 wards, just place one down and grab it. But straight to the Fire Giant now is Marty. Actually, Bartman's just back and deleting. Not really close. They could burst this down pretty quick with Nem's basics and the Hachi banner. It's getting awfully low, but here come Crusaders. Jack Martin doing a good job, and Bella's in. Ice Heart's in here, they clean up. Now would be a good time to retreat.
Yeah, they didn't get this. They didn't get the steal. They didn't get any of the kills off it. So this will be 5 players strong on the Jack Muttons with the Fire Giant. Lucky you said that they didn't pick up that bomb. Roaming Harpies, beware when they finally do get the next bomb.
Yeah, it's good to like get that off of like the bomb is so strong. It makes it so easy to get these towers, especially like when your team's pushing with FG. It makes that 4-1 split or 3-2 split a lot easier. So getting it off them is good, but not having it yourself is a bit annoying. Like these tier 1s are still strong. I can still see 4 bastions from where I'm sitting. So yeah, I feel like this objective game is where this one's really fallen away from them. That trying to go for a pickup here on Jack. He wasn't ready for it. They were in the grass.
There's nothing I love more than a little grass ambush coming out of a Mudseeker's player. Is Jack won the legend to take a fight too. His teammates go around the corner. He's up and down.
He's way too tanky for these 4 right now, especially with the Fire Giant and the Spectral for the Merc, who wasn't even there. But
Oh, was that a VEL?
I didn't see it personally, but big Merc ult in here. He's on his own though. He's not. His team's not in position. If they can chase him down here, it's been an awful time for him to get picked. He has to beat for the slow, but he still won't get away. Hopefully his team can trade the Osiris on the front line, but I think he's way too tanky with Fire Giant on him. That is a bad trade. Merc has kind of been used in this game. Hardy getting picked up now. Way too far forward, getting the Aegis on the Hatchie ult, but the Barber ult is going to come swinging through. Dice going to fall to the tick damage as well. And Better just gets Better just gets the TP and full health with Fire Giant. A Phoenix down. This is looking like a nice easy 20-minute wrap up. This Osiris is way too tanky with just Cerner up. They've got all their relics still, yeah. They're just gonna go straight for the end. Nice and easy, eh? One bad fight from them and it's over.
Yeah, I think that really just goes to show how much deleting was doing to keep them in that game. The second that he falls, the Jacked Martins just really run through. Only 15k damage, number 4 on the list for the entire game. Cloud T popping off with the 19k damage. I mean, it felt like he did a lot earlier. I thought he fell, a little bit quiet towards the back end of that game, but...
Sorry, I'm watching the Twitch stream and there was a intense graphic, to say the least, of the Jacked Martins logo, just of let's say Hercules' nether regions were strong and on fleek.
Hey, if you look closely, which I highly recommend everyone does, it does say Jack Martin on it. Yeah, it says Jack Martin in said regions that you are talking about.
I was a bit distracted, but no, yeah, Cloud T just got to run that game. Like the leading did a good job mitigating the start that they did, but that start did just give him so much. Those 2 early spills from Davo, just teleporting back into another kill, it just doesn't set you up well. That tier 1 in solo was weak. They were able to dive it pretty quickly. I feel like their objective play was just a lot more on point. They had good control of those gold furies. They took good fights around them. Even losing that pyro wasn't the worst. Like, it's just a pyro, and they were able to capitalize off that pyro fight by forcing the other team to back and then pulling a quick Fire Giant, which just let them run away with it like that. But no cloak stacked, so I'm disappointed.
Yeah, neither cloak getting stacked. I mean, I think Belly had 9 stacks pretty early on when you were first talking about it, so I'm surprised that he didn't make it there. 20-minute game though, not too shocking.
Yeah, it's tough. We do have an MVP vote up though. Are we supposed to be doing this, or are we supposed to be throwing it back? I don't know. But
I mean, I guess we could hang around for a quick second.
I'll let you take the lead. But all I'm saying is the vote is swinging towards Clout and Furin. Furin having a decent game. ADC in a 20-minute game, it's hard to really do a lot. I feel like you spend a lot of the game farming and then you just kind of rotate across for the objectives. But those towers didn't fall on their own. I'm sure he was doing the damage, and he's got a good KDA as well. But I feel like a lot of the time in these early game situations, you're not really focusing on duo lane a lot. So
yeah, it is hard. Not to say that he didn't really shine in this game, but it is hard for an ADC player this early on to really make an impact in the game. A lot of that early game was really down to Cloud T, him rotating around the map, the double solo gank. A couple of invades as well throughout you. We saw him on the purple buff, we saw him on the red buff, chasing down Cardi, gave Nan a lot of room. Gave him the ability to free farm for a lot of that game. So it is pretty hard to look past the jungler for Jack Martins.
I think both junglers. I mean, obviously we can't have the leading in for MVP because he was on the losing team, but I think they both had a good game. It's impressive to keep you in the game when that start happened.
Yeah, we
Easy
absolutely.
to drop the mental.
I don't think we can underappreciate how well deleting actually played, especially from behind. When you're playing a late game carry, you need to make it to the point of the game where you start getting that crit online, you start getting that little bit of pen from Serrated, and you can kind of just start hitting people really hard. So it's hard for deleting to really shine early, but I think he did. I think he played everything perfectly. He had a lot of really good sonic booms. Really good engages, obviously, except for that last one. I think a couple more people showed up with that tier 2 than he expected, and he didn't quite make it away, and that ultimately cost him the game. But I think he really ran the game for that team up until that point.
And look, I think this is always going to be a tough game. I think Jack Martins were probably expected to come out and win, or are more on the top side of the bracket / power ranking / whatever you want to call them. Good signs to show though for upcoming games. There's still 3 more games I think before the actual team that gets relegated is relegated. So they show good signs. There was good plays from them. I think there was some good Yamodrolts as well in some of those fights, and Cardi had amazing damage even though he had a pretty quiet game like that. So I think there's positives to take from that, and there's still more games to go for them.
Yeah, I think a lot of positives even in this loss. So definitely excited to see their second game. They will be dropping down the bracket. I mean, they've still got another 2 chances to relegate, so it's not the end of the Corrupted Crusaders.